Now, when buying fish food, one thing to think about is freshness. So what you do not want to do is buy a really large container of fish food that's going to take you longer than a year to get through, because constantly opening up the bag is going to mean more oxygen is exposed to the food, and it is the oxygen that degrades the quality of the food. Also, these sorts of packs are much better for fish food than jars, because as the fish food goes down, then every time you open it you release this much air into the fish food, and there might only be this much fish food at the bottom. So all this oxygen is what oxidizes and degrades the quality of the food. If you have the food in these little packs here, you can actually thin the air out of the food and do the Ziplock up, which means there's basically no or very little oxygen in the container, so therefore the food will stay much fresher in Ziplock bags than it will in jars. So if you have a choice between buying food in a Ziplock bag or in a jar, always go for the Ziplock bag. And if you have food in a jar, consider placing it in a Ziplock bag, because a Ziplock bag will give you much fresher food towards the end of the life of your food, as opposed to the exposure to oxygen in a jar.